Most TikTok sellers think they're data-driven, but they're tracking all of the wrong numbers. And that's exactly why most of them can't scale past 10, 20K a month, no matter what they do. I'm Fernando Campos, and our brands generate over $40 million in revenue per year, and we do over 500K a month in monthly GMV on TikTok Shop alone. I'm also the co-founder of Hive HQ, the #1 profit and analytics dashboard for TikTok Shop sellers. We built it because TikTok's backend is totally scattered, and you can't scale what you can't see. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 11 most important KPI that actually matter if you want to scale TikTok Shop. And I'll include real benchmarks along the way so you can track your own progress. These aren't vanity metrics. These are the ones that separate the top performing brands from everybody else. So first, number of shoppable videos per week. This is the most important leading indicator. Before you look at ROI, GMV, conversion rate, track this. The number of shoppable videos your creators post each week is the single most important leading indicator on TikTok Shop, because that's how the algorithm decides what products deserve attention. When you have hundreds of creators posting shoppable videos, you're signaling to TikTok there's affiliate interest. This product has momentum. That signal makes your ads cheaper, brings in more affiliates, and accelerates your GMV. At the lower end, you want at least 200 to 300 videos per week. And once you start scaling, you want that to jump up to 500 to 1,000 videos per week. And then there's even some brands that are completely crushing it, doing over 1,000 videos per day. That level of content velocity gets the flywheel spinning. TikTok doesn't reward silence, it rewards consistency. And if you only track one number, make it this one. Now, number 2, units sold. This is what really creates social proof. You're watching this video because you want to scale, and increasing your units sold as quickly as humanly possible is the way to get there. Think about it in terms of milestones. First, you need to get it to 100 units sold, then 1,000, then 5,000, and it just keeps building from there. Each milestone gives you more social proof, which ultimately means higher conversion rate from your customers, and then therefore more affiliate interest. Because naturally, if you're getting more sales, that means your affiliates are generating more commission, and so you're gonna get more and more inbound. Think about it this way. Units sold isn't just a sales number, it's a credibility signal. And when people see that your product has sold thousands of units, they trust it more, and so does the algorithm. Creators are far more likely to jump in now that you have momentum. Number 3, conversion rate. So conversion rate measures how effective your content turns into real sales. You can get 100,000 views, let's say, and not make any money if your videos are optimized for views instead of purchases. And when your content, your offer, and your product all click, your GMV will climb super quickly. And you'll see that directly in your conversion rate. I see most TikTok Shop brands sitting between 2 to 4% for conversion rate, depending on the category and naturally the price point. This is where a lot of the small stuff matters. You can do your price testing, improve your product images, update your listing copy, and having a clear call to action in all of your content that drives the viewer to buy. So the 4th is cost per order. CPO is the cleanest way to see if you're actually profitable. For one of our brands, we know that we need to keep our CPO below $750 on about a $25 price point to break even. And that's totally fine because we know that if we're below $750, we can really scale those ads. And then over time, your cost per order can decrease while your GMV is increasing. And that just means that your content is converting better and your creators are getting more efficient. And that's where the system really starts compounding. Number 5, ROI. So naturally, ROI and CPO are very closely linked, but they each tell a slightly different story. CPO tells you the cost to generate a single sale. ROI is how efficiently every dollar you spend turns into revenue, not profit. So ROI is inclusive of both organic and advertising sales and GMV max. So it's a little different, it's a little bit more confusing. These are the 2 most important metrics to track when you're trying to scale your advertising. Again, ROI gives you that holistic view of how your total spend impacts revenue growth, while CPO shows you the direct cost side of the equation. Track both. And so if you want a simple way to compare your numbers to the top performing TikTok shops, I put together a free TikTok Shop KPI benchmark report. It breaks down the real benchmarks for every metric that we're talking about, whether that's conversion rates, ROI, number of shoppable videos, and more. So you can see exactly where you stand and where to improve next. You can grab it using the link below. It's totally free and will make tracking your progress way easier. Number 6, weighted average commission. Your weighted average commission tells you the real cost of driving sales across all traffic types, whether that's organic creators, advertising, or even tab campaigns. Each source has a different payout rate, but this number gives you the cleanest picture of exactly what you're paying out on average. So what's great about Hive HQ is that it automatically pulls your estimated commissions and your actual commissions directly from TikTok's settlement and finance APIs. So you're always able to see the most accurate real-time numbers. And once you know the blended commission, you'll understand your true commission costs and how much margin you have to scale efficiently. Number 7, net profit. So GMV is great for pumping up your ego, making you feel good, but net profit is what ultimately really matters. I've seen brands doing over $1 million a month with zero profit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing if that's part of your strategy. But I would say most of the top brands aim to be anywhere from negative 10% contribution to about positive 10 contribution margin on TikTok because they know the customers will spill over to Amazon, Shopify, or even brick and mortar retail. And that can make sense, but regardless of your approach, you need to know your true profit position. That's how you protect yourself from margin creep and build a real long-term channel. Number 8, subscription revenue. Subscriptions and reorders are what turn TikTok into a campaign channel into a compounding one. Every reorder is a sale you don't have to pay for again. You're not paying the commission, you're not paying for the advertising, and that's why those margins on the subscription revenue are significantly higher. Across a lot of the top brands, we see a take rate of around 9 to 11% and monthly retention of around 80%, meaning that about 4 out of the 5 customers come back each month. You also want to be tracking what percentage of your total GMV comes from subscription revenue. That number should help you understand how much of your sales are recurring versus new, and the higher that percentage climbs, the more predictable and profitable your channel becomes. Number 9, review rating. Your review rating might not matter as much as it does on Amazon, and honestly might not make a difference in the short term, but it's definitely super important in the long term. If your average rating drops below 4.0, it's a sign that something's off. Whether that's quality, packaging, maybe your customer experience. Again, you might still grow in the short term, but eventually those low ratings are going to start hurting your conversion and your affiliate interest. Consistent, high quality reviews keep your listings sustainable, and that's how you show that your product can stand the test of time on TikTok Shop. Number 10, Shop Performance Score. Your Shop Performance Score measures exactly how well you're running your TikTok Shop. Things like fulfillment speed, return rates, reviews, and response time. I've seen certain brands drop below 4.0 and it completely kills their sales and visibility. It directly impacts how much exposure TikTok gives your listing. A lot of people overlook it and they don't put enough emphasis on how important it actually is. But if you're not actively managing your shop score, you can lose more than half of your traffic overnight, even if your content and creators are performing well. So keeping your score above 4.5 is definitely a non-negotiable. And last but not least, number 11, GMV, net of refunds and cancellations. So this is your true sales number. A lot of sellers look at total GMV and feel great, but after refunds and cancellations, it can kind of distort reality. If 20% of your orders are refunded, that's not real revenue, it's just noise. So tracking GMV net of refunds and cancellations tells you exactly how much money actually stuck. And let's say you're in a higher return category, like let's say apparel or anything with sizing issues, it's even more crucial that you're tracking this accurately. At Hive HQ, we always treat GMV net of refunds as the baseline for calculating metrics like contribution margin and net margin. And that's a number that reflects how much money truly stayed in the business. So if you want to make this all super easy, you can plug everything into Hive HQ and we'll automatically track most of these metrics for you, plus a ton more. That's the whole idea behind the profit dashboard. The idea behind the profit dashboard is simple. It makes you make faster, smarter marketing decisions in real time. You can instantly see how your campaigns are performing, how much spend impacts profit, where you're winning and losing without waiting for manual reports. So it's really easy to track, again, your total sales and subtract out seller discounts. You can subtract out your cancellations and refunds really easy. You can get to your GMV net of refunds. You can track all of your cost of goods, whether that's your referral fees, FBT fees fulfilled by seller, cost of goods for your product sold, your cost of goods for your samples. That gets you to your gross profit. And then you can subtract out any of your operating expenses, whether that's payroll, software, affiliate commissions, ad spend, retainer fees, all that kind of stuff, leading you to your contribution and your net margin as well. You can track it over different time periods if you want to see last 28 days, or if you want to compare different time periods, you can do all of that. You can also do product breakdowns so you can see visibility into each product and how each of those are performing. And then there's a CEO dashboard. This is the best one for big picture visibility. It shows you the overall health of the business at a glance. You can check your GMV trends, net profit, shoppable video volume, impressions, total customers, you name it. You can do it by month like you see in this view, or if you'd like, you can also switch week by week or even day by day if you prefer as well. You don't need to be a finance person. Just open Hive HQ, you'll know exactly where your business stands. This is the same dashboard that I check every morning because when I can see my numbers clearly, then I can scale more confidently. So if this video helped you see TikTok shop differently, hit subscribe below. And then in my next video, I'm gonna cover the top 10 questions that brand owners ask me during our strategy sessions. See you in the next one.